Hello and welcome. I'm Saeed from storyplanet.net. Dive right into the essence of the most captivating books without reading them cover to cover. Whether you're on the go, at the gym, or just relaxing at home, we offer you a unique and enriching listening experience. Today, we are exploring the book, The Mosquito, a creation by Timothy C. Winegard. In The Mosquito, 2019, the journey through human history takes a unique angle by highlighting the significant impact of the mosquito and the deadly diseases it spreads. It sheds light on often overlooked factors that have shaped our world alongside pivotal events. Before we delve into these revelations, it's interesting to note that Timothy C. Winegard, a professor at Colorado Mesa University, holds a PhD in history from the University of Oxford. With a background in the Canadian and British Armed Forces, his expertise lies in military history and indigenous studies. Among his written works are The First World Oil War, 2016, and For King and Kanata, Canadian Indians and the First World War, 2008. With 14 key ideas to unveil, brace yourself for a deep dive into this captivating book. On storyplanet.net, to start, explore the significant role mosquitoes have played in shaping world history. Mosquitoes have been a deadly adversary throughout human history, responsible for staggering death tolls from mosquito-borne diseases. In 2018, these diseases claimed 830,000 lives, with most deaths in Africa and Southeast Asia. Mosquitoes have significantly impacted human history, contributing to events like the rise and fall of civilizations, influencing the outcome of wars and shaping human DNA. Key idea number 1. Mosquitoes thrive in wet, warm conditions and are carriers of various diseases, with malaria being the most lethal. Female mosquitoes bite to obtain blood for egg development, laying around 200 eggs in stagnant water. Mosquitoes thrive in warm, wet environments, with temperatures above 75 degrees Fahrenheit being ideal. They transmit diseases caused by viruses, worms, and parasites, such as malaria, which has affected humans for centuries. Malaria is caused by a parasite that mutates, making it challenging to create a vaccine. Despite this, humans have been battling mosquito-borne diseases for thousands of years. Key idea number 2. Sickle cell trait evolved as a genetic defense against malaria with profound historical significance. Genetic defenses like sickle cell trait provided immunity against malaria to Bantu-speaking populations in Africa. The trait evolved among them 8,000 years ago, leading to up to 90% immunity against malaria, but with a shortened lifespan. As these populations spread, they gained an advantage over other groups. Later encounters with colonizers like the Dutch and British saw the significance of these genetic defenses in shaping history. Key idea number 3. Mosquito-borne malaria influenced major ancient wars like Greco-Persian and Peloponnesian Wars. In ancient Greece during the Greco-Persian Wars, the mosquito played a crucial role in the defeat of the Persians by weakening their forces due to malaria and dysentery. Later, during the Peloponnesian Wars, mosquitoes contributed to the downfall of Athens through a plague, leading to their surrender to Sparta in 404 BCE. Key idea number 4. Malaria is believed to be the cause of Alexander the Great's death. The Peloponnesian War devastated southern Greece, leading to a power vacuum that allowed Macedonia, led by Alexander the Great, to rise to prominence. Alexander conquered large territories, but his army was plagued by malaria in the Indus River Valley, leading to a retreat. Alexander died suddenly at age 32, likely due to illness, malaria. His death prevented potential conquests in the Far East, and his empire crumbled posthumously as his generals fought for power. This historical setback highlights the impact of the mosquito in shaping the fate of empires. Key idea number 5. Malaria significantly influenced the history of the Roman Empire. The text explains the significant role of mosquitoes and malaria in ancient Rome's history. These pests helped the city repel invaders, such as the Gauls and Carthaginians, due to the malaria they spread. However, the same mosquitoes later worked against the Roman Empire. as they contributed to the defeat of Roman forces by Germanic tribes and also played a part in overall weaknesses like famines and epidemics, leading to the empire's downfall. Malaria and mosquitoes were crucial in both the establishment and later the weakening of the Roman Empire. Key idea number 6. Malaria played a role in the spread of Christianity and impacted the outcome of the Crusades. The Roman Empire connected Europe through roads and trade, contributing to the spread of diseases and ideas like Christianity. Christianity gained popularity due to its healing practices during epidemics, becoming the official religion of the Roman Empire by the 4th century. The Crusades, an attempt to colonize the Middle East, failed primarily due to malaria, with about 35% of soldiers dying from the disease during a siege of Acre. The Levant remained independent of European control until World War I. Key idea number 7. Europeans introduced diseases such as malaria to the Western Hemisphere, causing severe damage to indigenous populations. In 1492, Columbus sailed west in search of Asia, but impacted the Americas accidentally. European arrival introduced mosquito-borne diseases to the Western Hemisphere, devastating indigenous populations. Diseases like malaria and smallpox spread quickly, aiding European conquest. By 1700, the indigenous population decreased by 95%, largely due to illness. Mosquitoes and diseases played a significant role in the tragedy and colonization of the Americas. Idea number 8. The mosquito played a significant role in both establishing slavery and fueling revolution during European colonization of the Americas. European colonists in the Americas faced challenges in obtaining labor for cash crop production due to high mortality rates from mosquito-borne diseases among indigenous people and European servants. Enslaved Africans with genetic immunities to diseases like malaria became preferred labor. Mosquitoes also played a role in revolutionary wars, decimating European armies and aiding rebels. The high death toll among soldiers due to mosquito-borne illnesses helped foster the success of revolutions in colonies such as the US, Haiti, Venezuela, Colombia, and Panama. Ultimately, mosquitoes played a significant role both in the emergence of African enslavement and the end of colonial rule in the Americas. Key idea number 9. The mosquito's transmission of diseases like malaria to soldiers during the Civil War indirectly contributed to the decline of slavery as weakened armies and labor shortages influenced the outcome of the war. The American Civil War began in 1861, with the Confederacy weaker in various aspects compared to the Union. President Abraham Lincoln initially aimed for a quick resolution to the conflict. However, mosquito-borne illnesses significantly affected Union soldiers, leading to military setbacks and forcing a change in strategy. Lincoln expanded Union objectives to include defeating the Confederacy, subjugating the South, and abolishing slavery. The plan included freeing enslaved individuals to destabilize the South's economy and strengthen the Union Army, although many had lost immunity to malaria due to intergenerational rape by slave owners. Ultimately, thousands of African American soldiers died fighting for freedom in the Union Army, with a high percentage succumbing to illness. Key idea number 10. The mosquito played a significant role in helping the US rise to global dominance during the Spanish-American War. After the American Civil War, the US became a global power through events related to the Cuban conflict and the Spanish-American War. The mosquito-borne diseases significantly weakened Spanish soldiers, leading to their defeat. The US gained Cuba, Puerto Rico, Guam, the Philippines, and Hawaii as territories, establishing itself as a strong Pacific power. This historical turn influenced future global conflicts and marked a significant shift in the relationship between humanity and mosquitoes. Key idea number 11. Advancements in combating mosquito-borne diseases occurred after the Spanish-American War. After the Spanish-American War, the US did not annex Cuba due to the risk of disease for their troops. Instead, the US focused on stabilizing the island through corporate interests and a puppet government. The US Army Yellow Fever Commission, led by Dr. Walter Reed, discovered that mosquitoes spread yellow fever, debunking the old miasma theory. Dr. William Gorgas led sanitation efforts in Havana to combat mosquitoes, leading to the eradication of yellow fever from Cuba by 1908. Key idea number 12. Mosquito-borne diseases were further controlled during and between World War I and II. Dr. Gorgas implemented successful mosquito-fighting strategies in Panama during the construction of the Panama Canal, eliminating yellow fever and reducing malaria infections by 90%. The completion of the canal in 1914 was a milestone that gave the US a strategic advantage as a global superpower. Improved mosquito control measures by Dr. Gorgas and other scientists contributed to fewer deaths from mosquito-borne diseases in World War I compared to earlier conflicts. Research during the World Wars led to the development of synthetic anti-malarial drugs like chloroquine and the insecticide DDT as a solution to mosquito problems. Key idea number 13. Mosquitoes faced challenges from DDT and anti-malarial drugs, causing a decline in their population, but they later rebounded in the 20th century. In 1939, DDT's insecticidal potential was discovered and led to widespread use globally to combat mosquito-borne diseases like malaria. While initially successful, resistance to DDT developed and environmental concerns emerged. By 1972, many countries banned DDT, leading to an international resurgence of mosquito-borne diseases as pests re-emerged and parasites developed immunities to anti-malarial drugs. This change had a devastating impact and continues to affect populations to this day. Key idea number 14. Ongoing research is still uncovering the historical impact of mosquitoes on humanity. Malaria predominantly affects impoverished regions, especially sub-Saharan Africa. Pharmaceutical companies have shown limited interest in developing new anti-malarial drugs. The Gates Foundation funded a new malaria vaccine, Mosquito, but its long-term effectiveness is uncertain. CRISPR technology offers a potential solution by genetically modifying mosquitoes to prevent malaria transmission, raising ethical and ecological concerns. The future of managing malaria lies in the choices made around this technology. In conclusion, mosquitoes have influenced historical events, including wars and colonization, by spreading diseases like yellow fever and malaria. Efforts to combat mosquito-borne diseases have seen progress, but challenges persist. Genetic engineering may shape the future of dealing with mosquitoes. Other diseases like smallpox and polio also pose challenges, raising questions about prioritization and funding allocation. Thank you for listening to this summary. If you enjoyed this exploration, we invite you to discover other fascinating books on storyplanet.net. Don't wait any longer. A multitude of books, stories, and knowledge await you there. See you soon on storyplanet.net.